When it comes to luxury timepieces, Rolex is unrivaled. You can't name a more well known brand than Rolex. The vast majority of individuals you meet, no matter where you are or whom you talk to, will be familiar with the name. There is no doubt that Rolex has done an excellent job of promoting its brand and establishing its reputation in the business world. Today, Rolex watches are the ultimate status symbol for the wealthy, making them even harder to attain. Due to several factors, not only are Rolex watches more desirable than ever, but they are also more difficult to acquire. Many people who want to buy a Rolex have to put their names on a waiting list. These lists can be years in length and aren't always sorted by time of application. But why is this the case? Well, you're in luck because today we're going to talk about why it is so difficult to buy a Rolex watch. Welcome to Lux Life, and when it comes to luxury and lifestyle, we've got you covered. But before we begin, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Now, let's start. Rolex did not set out to deliberately limit supply, but they do everything they can to maintain it that way, despite the widespread belief that authorized merchants are receiving fewer Rolex watches than they were a few years ago. Many stores insist that this is not the case. But the bottom line is, both stores and customers are unhappy when demand exceeds supply. Rolex's clientele has evolved and expanded over the years. These wristwatches were once supposed to be reserved for the elderly only, but times have changed, and now many people in their 20s and 30s purchase and wear Rolex watches. However, Rolex has been steadily losing global customers over the past few years. The most sought-after styles are rarely in stock due to high demand. Customers have been griping about the difficulty of obtaining a Rolex for years. The company has stayed silent despite widespread discussion about it in watch blogs and magazines. But all of that was before. The question is, why now? Why are they breaking away from the long-standing policy of remaining silent regarding manufacturing and distribution? Even though people have been wondering about this for years, it turns out that no one has ever asked Rolex directly about this. Since the pandemic's peak in 2020, many businesses worldwide have had trouble and faced shortages. A lot of this, especially high-end timepieces, was caused by the pandemic supply shortage. Why would so many people want to wait a whole year to get the most popular Rolex sports models? Why are these watches so popular? Although the Rolex shortage did not begin at this precise moment, the introduction of the Rolex Daytona 116500 LN at Baselworld 2016 was a watershed moment that irrevocably changed the industry. The Rolex Daytona has long been an iconic timepiece and a significant chapter in the company's story. Further evidence of the influence of the brand came when Rolex released the Daytona with a ceramic bezel and a wider black dial. There were a lot of speculations, and the strange obsession grew as more and more people wanted to be the first to get them. People who got the new watch showed it off on social media, which made a lot of noise and sent demand through the roof. When collectors tried to buy one from an authorized dealer near them, they were told they were sold out and put on a waiting list. Of course, this contributed to the heightened interest and demand. The shortage of full stainless steel sports watches manufactured by Rolex has now spread to almost all of their models, including the Submariner, Explorer, Sea Dweller, GMT Master 2, and others. But Rolex sports models aren't quite as scarce as you would think. There are around 1 million Rolex watches manufactured each year. On the secondary market, there is also an abundance of timepieces to choose from. In recent years, the demand has been higher than the supply, which has led to scarcity. Even though a great deal of them are available, nobody truly knows the exact production numbers. So why is there such a lack of Rolex professional models, specifically Rolex sports models made of stainless steel? The answer is the demand currently exceeds the supply. To put it another way, The existing production capacity that Rolex possesses is insufficient, but please be aware that when we talk about new Rolex watches, we are referring to the ones that the business manufactures and sells through official Rolex retailers. If you want to buy a Rolex watch right now and have been worried about the shortage, don't be, because this only applies to new Rolex watches from authorized dealers. You can still check out the secondhand market where hundreds of sports and professional Rolex models may be sold. But this brings us to the second point, which is about the price. Here's where things get interesting. Let's talk about how much sports Rolex watches made of stainless steel cost. We all know that the balance between supply and demand can cause prices to change and shift. Even though stainless steel Rolex watches are hard to find, two-tone and full gold Rolex watches are becoming more popular and harder to get. Another aspect influencing scarcity is the fear of being out of touch or not being the coolest. We always seek what we can't have, and scarcity influences our experience of luxury. Consider this: if there were 5 or 6 Rolex watches on display, would you be as anxious to buy them as if there was just one? No, I don't believe so. All these benefit the brand, and Rolex should look into this. With this important factor, they may modify the number of watches to ensure demand is never met. Restricted supply means greater demand and exclusivity and greater brand awareness. You may be wondering if and when the current shortage of Rolex watches will be resolved. Actually, nobody knows the answer to this. Nothing will change anytime soon. Buying a Rolex can be challenging, and the waiting game can be so long that you might want to give up. But customers who are on the list are given special treatment based on a number of factors, including their spending habits, the quality of their referrals, and the nature of their connection with the store. It might be best to work your way into this list and get on the good side of the salespersons. It might be a lot of work, but it will be worth it in the end. If you enjoy this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, click subscribe, and hit the notification bell to receive updates in our latest videos. Also, feel free to leave us a comment. If you want to watch more videos, head on over to our channel to see more from Lux Live. See you!